collected. No more amazement. Tender pity its heart, there's no harm done.
Oh, woe the day!
No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee. Of thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of thyself, nor that I am more than Prospero, thy no greater father.
For to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee farther. Lend thy hand and pluck my magic garment from me. So. Lie there, my aunt. Wipe thou thine eyes. Have comfort. The direful spectacle of the wreck, I have with such provision in mine art so ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much destruction as a hair been done to any creature in the vessel which thou heard cry, which thou sawst sink. Sit down, for thou must now no farther.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped, concluding stay. Not yet.
The hour's now come. The very minute bids thee ope thine ear, obey, and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came into this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
But what? Any other house or person? Of anything, the image, tell me that hath kept with thy remembrance.
'Tis far off, and more like a dream than... Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Thou hadst more, Miranda, but how is it that this lives in thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark backward indivisible of time? If thou remember aught ere thou came here, how thou came here thou may.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since, thy father was the Duke of Milan and a prince of power.
Sir, are not you my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter. And thy father was Duke of Milan, and thou, his only heir and princess, no worse issue.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence, or blessed wast we did?
Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou say, were we heaved thence, but blessedly helped hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the grief that I have turned you to, which is from my remembrance. Please you further.
My brother and thy uncle, called Antonio. I pray thee mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious. He whom next thyself of all the world I loved, and to him turned. The government I cast upon my brother, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies. Thy false uncle, dost thou attend?
Oh, sir, most heedfully.
Being once perfected how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance and who to trash for overtopping, new created the creatures that were mine, I say, or changed them, or else new formed them, set all hearts to what tune pleased his ear. Thou attendest not.
Oh, good sir, I do.
I pray thee mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind, in my false brother waked an evil nature, and my good trust did then beget of him a falsehood in its contrary as great as my trust was. He being thus lorded, he did believe he was indeed the Duke, hence his ambition growing. Dost thou hear?
Sir, your tale could cure deafness.
He needs will be absolute Milan. Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough. Of temporal royalties he thinks me now incapable. Confederate so dry he was for sway with the King of Naples, to give him annual tribute, do him homage, set the dukedom yet unbowed. Alas, Milan, to most ignoble stooping.
Oh, the heavens!
Mark his condition and the event, then tell me if this might be a brother.
Well, I should sin but to think nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Now the condition. The King of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit. A treacherous army levied. One midnight fated to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Milan, and in the dead of darkness, ministers for the purpose hurried thence, me and thy crying self.
Oh, alack for pity! I not remembering how I cried out then, will cry it o'er again. 'Tis a hint that brings mine eyes to it.
Hear a little further. and I'll bring thee to the present business which now is upon us.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, child. My tale provokes that question. Dear, they durst not. So dear the love my people bore me. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they had prepared the rotten carcass of a boat, not rigged, nor tackle, sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity, sighing back again, did us but loving wrong.
What trouble was I then to you?
Oh, a cherubim thou wast that did preserve me. Thou didst smile infused with a fortitude from heaven, when I have decked the sea with drops full salt, under my burden groaned, to bear up against what should ensue.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, of his charity, being then appointed master of this design, did give us, with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries, which since have steadied much. So, of his gentleness, knowing I loved my books, he furnished me from mine own library with volumes that I prize above my dukedom.
Would I but ever see that man?
Now I rise. Sit still and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here, in this island, we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princesses can, that have more time for vainer hours and tutors not so careful.
And the heavens thank you for it. But now, sir, I pray you, for it still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason for raising this sea storm.
Though thus far forth, by accident most strange, bountiful fortune, now hath mine enemies brought unto this shore. I find my zenith does depend upon a most auspicious star, whose influence if I court not but omit, my fortunes will ever after droop. Here cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come away, servant, come. I am ready now. Approach, my Ariel, come.
All hail, great master, grave sir, hail. I come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to fly, to swim,
to dive into the fire, to ride on the curled clouds, to thy strong bidding, task Ariel, and all his qualities.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I boarded the king's ship. Now in the peak, now in the sails, the deck, in every cabin I flamed amazement. Sometime I divide and burn in many places. On the topmast, yards, and bowsprit would I flame distinctly, then reach and join. The fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his foe wave, tremble, yea, his bread try and shake.
My brave spirit, who was so firm, so constant that this coil would not infect his reason.
Not a soul but felt a fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation. First, all but mariners plunged in the foaming brine and quit the vessel, then all of fire with me. The king's son, Ferdinand, was the first man that leaped, cried, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here!"
Why, that's my spirit! But was not this nigh shore?
Close by, my master.
But are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair perished, on their sustaining garments not a blemish, but fresher than before. And as thou badest me, in troops have I dispersed them about the isle. The king's son have I landed by himself, whom I left cooling the air with sighs.
Of the king's ship, the mariners, say how thou hast disposed, and all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in harbor is the king's ship, in the deep nook where once thou callst me up at midnight to fetch dew from the still vexed Bermudas. There she's hid, the mariners all under hatches safely stowed, who with a charm, joined to their suffered labor, have I left asleep. And as for the rest of the fleet, they have bound sadly home for Naples, supposing that they saw the king's shipwrecked and his great person perish.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed, but there's more work. What is the time of the day?
Past the mid-season.
At least 2 glasses. The time 'twixt 6 and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, let me remind thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me.
How now? Moody, what is't thou canst demand?
My liberty!
Before the time be out, no more.
Prithee, remember, I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made thee no mistaking, served without grudge or grumblings, and thou didst promise to bake me a full year.
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
No!
Thou dost. I think it much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp wind of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth when it is baked with frost.
I do not, sir!
Thou liest, malignant thing. Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou hast. Where was she born? Speak, tell me.
Sir, in Algiers.
Oh, was she so? I must once in a month recount what thou hast been, which thou forget. This damned witch Sycorax, for mischiefs manifold and sorceries terrible to enter human hearing, from Algiers, thou know was banished. Is not this true?
Aye, sir.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. Thou, my slave, as thou report thyself, wast then her servant, and for thou wast a thing too delicate to act her earthy and abhorred commands, refusing her grant hests, she did confine thee into a cloven pine, within which rift imprisoned thou didst painfully remain a dozen years, within which space she died and left thee dead. Then was this island, save for the sun she littered here, a freckled whelp hag born, not honored with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her child.
Dull thing, I say so. He that Caliban whom now I keep in service. Thou best know what torment I did find thee in. Thy groans did make wolves howl and penetrate the breasts of ever angry bears. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, master.
If thou more murmur, I will rend an oak and peg thee in his knotty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master, I will be correspondent to command and do my spriting gently.
Do so, and after 2 days I will discharge thee.
Well, that's my gentle master. What shall I do? Say what shall I do?
Go, make thyself like the nymphs of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go, take this shape. Awake, dear heart. Awake. Thou hast slept well. Awake.
The strangeness of your story is the heaviness of me.
Shake it off. Come on, we'll visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer.
'Tis a villain, sir, that I do not love to look on.
But as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He does make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. But oh, slave, Caliban, thou art thou, speak!
There's one enough within!
Come forth, I say, there's other business for thee. Quaint aversion, my faint alien, hearken thine ear.
My lord, it shall be done.
Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself, upon thy wicked dam, come forth.
Wicked Jew, as Ammon, mother brush with raven's feather, from unwholesome fen, drop on you, pop. Some wet blow you, blister you all over.
For this be sure, tonight thou shalt have cramps, side stitches that will pen thy breath up. Urchins shall, for that vast of night, that they may work all exercise on thee. Thou shalt be pinched as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than bees that made 'em.
I must eat my dinner. This island's mine. by Sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou strokest me, and made much of me, wouldst give me water with berries in't, and teach me how to name the bigger light and how the less that burn by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the isle, the fresh springs, brine pits, barren place, and fertile. Cursed be I that did so. Oh, the chose of Sycorax, my mother, toads, beetles, bats, light upon you. For I am all the subjects that you have, which first was my own king. And here you stye me in this hard rock, while you do king me from the rest of the island.
Thou most lying slave, whom stripes may move, not kindness. I have used thee, filth as thou art, with human care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
What had been done, thou didst prevent it. I had peopled else this isle with cowardice.
Abhorrent slave, which any print of goodness wilt not take, being capable of all ill. I pity thee, took pains to make thee speak, when thou didst not, savage, know thine own meaning, but wouldst gabble like a thing most brutish. I endowed thy purposes with words that made them known. But thy vile race, though thou did learn, had that int which good natures could not abide to be with. Therefore wast thou deservedly confined into this rock, who had deserved more than a prison.
Teach me language, and my profit on it I know how to curse. The red plague ridden for learning me a language.
Hackseed hence! Fetch us in fuel and be quick, thou art best to answer other business. Shrug thou, malice! If thou neglect, or dost unwillingly what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, make thee roar that beasts will tremble at thy din.
I prithee, no! I must obey. His art is of such power it would control my damned god Tempest and make a vassal of him.
So, slave, hence!
Come unto these yellow sands and then take hands. Mercy while you have and give the wild waves with. For it sweetly here and there, and sweet flights of bird and bear. Hark, hark, the waters bark. Hark, I hear the strain of flooding chanticleer. Bright rockagiddle down.
Where should this music be? In the air or the earth? It sounds no more, but surely it waits upon some god o' the island. Sitting on a bank, weeping again the king my father's wreck, it crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. Thence I have followed it, or it hath drawn me rather. But 'tis gone. No, it begins again. Did he just remember my drowned father? This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes. I hear it now above me.
the fringed curtains of thine eye advance, and say what thou seest yon.
What is it? A spirit? Oh, look how it looks about. Believe me, sir, it carries a brave form, but 'tis a spirit.
No, child. It eats and sleeps and has such senses as we have. Such. This gallant which thou seest was in the wreck, and but he something stained with grief that's beauty's canker, thou might call him a goodly person. He hath lost his fellows and strays about to find them.
I might call him a thing divine. Nothing I've ever seen so noble.
It goes on, I see, as my soul prompts it. Spirit, fine spirit. I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Most sure the goddess on whom these airs attend. Vouchsafe my prayer, may know if you remain upon this island, and that you will with some good instruction give me how I may bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounce is, oh, you wonder if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language? Heavens! I am the best of them that speak this speech, were I but where 'tis spoken.
How? The best. What wert thou if the King of Naples heard thee?
A single thing as I am now that wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear me, and that he does I weep. Myself am Naples, who with mine eyes never since it have beheld the king my father wrecked.
Alack for mercy.
Yes, faith, and all his lords, the Duke of Milan and his brave son being twain.
The Duke of Milan and his more braver daughter could control thee if now 'twere fit to do it. At the first sight they have changed eyes. Delicate Ariel, I'll set thee free for this. A word, good sir. I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my father so ardently? This is the third man that e'er I saw. The first that e'er I sighed for. Pity, move my father to be inclined my way.
Oh, if a virgin in your affection not gone on forth, I'll make you the queen of Naples.
Sauce, sir. One word more. I must the swift business uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. One word more. I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou hast put thyself on this island as a spy, to win it from me, the Lord Aunt.
Know as I am a man.
There is nothing ill can dwell in such a temple. If ill spirits have so fair a house, then good things will strive to dwell with it.
Follow me. Speak not you for him, he's a traitor. Come. I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food will be the fresh brook mussels, withered roots and husks wherein the acorn cradled. Follow.
No! I will resist such entertainment till mine enemy has more power.
Make not too rash a trial of him, for he is gentle and not fearful.
What? I say my foot my tutor? Come from thy ward, traitor, for I can just here disarm thee with this stick, and make thy weapon drop! And make thy weapon drop!
Beseech you, father.
Thence, hang not on my garments!
Have pity. I will be his surety.
Silence! One word more will make me chide thee, if not hate thee. Thou think there are no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban. Foolish girl, to the most of men, this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come on, obey.
My spirits as in a dream are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wreck of all my friends, nor this man's threats to whom I am subdued, but light to me. Might I through my prison once a day behold this maid? All quarters out till the earth let liberty make else of. Space enough have I in such a prison.
It works. Come, follow. Thou hast done well, fine Ariel. Come on. Hark what else thou shalt do me.
Be of comfort. My father's of a better spirit, sir, than he appears by speech. This is on wont which came from him.
Thou shalt be free as mountain winds, but then exactly do all points of my command.
To the syllable.
Come, follow. Speak not you for him, he's a traitor.
Ferdinand!
Ferdinand! Ferdinand!
Beseech you, sir, be merry. You have cause, so have we all, of joy, for our escape is much beyond our loss. Prithee, sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Prithee, peace.
He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him or so.
Therefore, my lord,
Fie, what a spendthrift is he of his tongue.
I prithee, spare.
well, I have done, and yet
He will be talking.
here is everything advantageous to life.
True, says means to live.
Of that there's none, or little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks. How green.
The ground indeed is tawny. He misses not much.
No, he does not mistake the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is, sir, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As many vouched rarities are.
is that our garments, being as they were, drenched in sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and glosses, being rather new-dyed than stained with salt water. Methinks our garments are now just as fresh as they were at the marriage of the king's fair daughter to the king of Tunis.
'Twas a sweet marriage, and we prosper well in our return.
What impossible matter will he make easy next?
I think he will carry this island home in his pocket and give it his son for an apple.
Sir, we were speaking how our garments seem now just as fresh as they were at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen.
You cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married her there for coming thence. My son is lost, and in my rate, she too, who so far from Italy is removed, never again shall see her. O thou mine heir of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Sir, he may live. I saw him beat the surges underneath him and ride upon their backs. He trod the water whose enmity he flung aside. His bold head above the contentious waves he kept, I not doubt he came alive to land.
No, he's gone.
Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss that would not lose your daughter, that would not bless your daughter to Europe, but rather lose her to an African. Were she at least is banished from your eye, who hath the cause to wet the grief on't.
Prithee, peace.
You were kneeled to, and importuned otherwise by all of us. We have lost your son. I fear forever the fault's your own.
So is the dearest of the lost.
My lord, Sebastian, the truth you speak does lack some gentleness, and time to speak it in.
Very well.
It is foul weather in us all, good sir, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather?
Very foul.
Had I plantation of this isle, my lord, and were the king on't, what would I do?
Escape being drunk for want of wine?
All things in common nature should produce without sweat or endeavor. Treason, felony would I not have, but nature would produce. Of its own kind, all poison, all abundance to feed my innocent people.
No marrying among his subjects?
None, man, all idle, whores and knaves.
I would with such perfection govern, sir, to excel the golden age.
God save his majesty!
Long live Gonzalo.
And, do you mock me, sir?
Prithee, no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do well believe, your highness, and did it to minister occasion to these gentlemen, who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing.
Oh, 'twas you we laughed at.
Who in this kind of merry fooling am nothing to you, so you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
What a blow there was given.
If it had not fallen flat long.
Nay, my lord, be not angry.
Nay, I warrant you, I will not venture my discretion so weakly. Will you lock me asleep, for I am very heavy.
Go, sleep.
What? All so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would themselves shut up their thoughts. find her inclined to do so.
Do not omit the heavy offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow. When it does, it is a comforter.
We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
It is the quality of the climate.
Oh, why does it not then our eyelids sink? I find not myself disposed to sleep.
Nor I. They fell together, as if by consent. They dropped as if by thunderbolt. What might, worthy Sebastian? What might? No more. And yet I see it in thy face. What thou shouldst be. And the occasion speaks thee. And my strong imagination sees a crown dropping on thy head.
What, art thou waking?
Do not hear me speak.
I do, and surely it is a sleepy language, and thou speak out of thy sleep. What is it thou didst say? Thou dost snore distinctly. There's meaning in thy snores.
I am more serious than my custom. And you must be so too. If heed me, this will trouble thee o'er. Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Who is the next heir of Naples? She that is queen of Tunis. She that lies 10 leagues beyond man's life.
'Tis true, my brother's daughter's queen of Tunis. So is she heir of Naples, twixt which regions there is some space.
Say that this were death that now hath seized them. They're no worse now than they are. And what a sleep were this for your advancement. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do. I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me. Much better than before. And my brother's servants were then my fellows well. Now they are my men.
But for your conscience.
I man. Where lies that?
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou got Milan, I'll come by Naples. Come, draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, will love thee.
Draw together. But when I rear my hand, you do the like to fall on Gonzalo.
But one word.
My master through his art foresees the danger that you and his friend are in, and sends me forth, for else his project dies, to keep them living. While you here do snoring lie, open-eyed conspiracy his time does take. If of life you have a care, shake off slumber and beware, awake.
Let us be sudden. Oh, good angels, preserve the king!
What? How now? Wake. Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What's the matter?
Even now, while securing your repose, we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, like bulls, or rather lions. It did not wake you. It struck mine ear most terribly.
Oh, I heard nothing.
Oh, 'twas a din to fright a monster's ear, to make an earthquake. I'll be sworn it was a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
On mine honor, sir, I heard a humming. And that a strange one, too, which did awake me. I shaked you, sir, and cried. When I opened my eyes, I saw their weapons drawn. There was a noise, that's verily.
'Tis best we stand upon our guard or that we quit this place. Let's draw our weapons.
Lead off this ground for further search for my poor son.
Heavens keep him from these beasts, for he is sure in the island.
Lead away.
Prospero, my lord, shall know what I have done. So go, king, safely on to seek thy son.
All the infections that sucked up the bog-fed plants on Prosper Fall, making by inchmeal a disease. His spirits hear me, yet thy knees must curse. But they'll not bite, pinch, fright me, pitch me in the mire, nor leave me like a firebrand in the dark, unless he bid 'em. Yet for every trifle they are set upon me. Lo, here comes a spirit of his, and to torment me for bringing my wood home slowly. I'll fall flat, perchance it will not mind me.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all. Oh, young cloud! Young huge one! Oh, looks like a foul bombar that would shed his liquor. Oh, if it did thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Young cloud! Oh, young cloud cannot choose but to fall. By pailfuls. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? A strange fish. Leg like a man. And his fins like arms. Whoa! Oh, my throat. I do now let go my opinion. Hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander who hath lately suffered by thunderbolt. The storm has come again. And I must creep myself under his gabardine. Oh, for there's no shelter hereabouts. Oh. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows.
I shall no more to see, here shall I die. Oh, this is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral, but here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner and his mate, loved Meg, Morgan, Marion, and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate, for she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to a sailor, go hang! She loved not the sailor of tar nor of pitch, yet a tailor might scratch her where'er she did itch. Then to sea, boys, and let her go hang! This is a scurvy tune, too, but Here's my comfort.
Do not talk!
What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon Swiss savages and men of India, huh? I have not escaped drowning to be afeard now of your 4 legs. Woo! For it hath been said, as proper a man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground, and it shall be said so again while Stefano breathes at nostrils.
The spirit torments me! Oh!
Oh, this is some monster of the isle with 4 legs, who hath gotten, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should it learn our language? I will give it some relief if it be but for that.
Do not torment me, I'll bring my wood home more fast.
Oh, it's in its fit now, and does not talk after the wisest. It shall taste of my bottle. If it had never drunk wine afore, it will go near to remove its fit.
Thou dost me yet but little harm, I know thou wilt anon, and know it by thy trembling now brought for works upon thee.
Oh, come on your ways, open your mouth. Here is that which will give language to you, cat. Open your mouth. This will shake your shaking, I can tell you, and that soundly. You cannot tell who's your friend. Open your chaps again.
I should know that voice. But he is found, and these are devils. Defend me.
4 legs and 2 voices! A most delicate monster! Its forward voice now is to speak well of its friend. Its backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle will help recover it, I will help its ague. Come, amen! I will pour some in thy other mouth. Does thy other mouth call me? Oh, mercy, mercy, this is a devil and no monster. I will leave it.
Stefano! If thou beest, Stefano, touch me, speak to me, be not afeard, for I am Trinculo, thy good friend. Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by the lesser legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these are they. Oh, thou art very Trinculo indeed! How camest thou to be the siege of this moon calf? Can he fart Trinculos?
Well, I took him to be killed by a thunderbolt. And thou art not drowned, Stefano? Oh, we hope thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? Oh, I hid me under the dead moon calf's gabardine. Nope! Gabardine, for fear of the storm. Stefano? Stefano! Tony Neapolitan's gate!
No, prithee, oh, prithee, do not turn me about, my stomach is not constant.
Oh, these be fine things, and if they be not sprites, that's a brave god and bear celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. I escaped upon a butt of sack, which the sailors heaved overboard. By this bottle, which I made of the bark of a tree with mine own hands, since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for thy liquor is not earthly.
Come on then, swear then how thou escaped.
Oh, well, I swam ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Come, kiss the book. Oh, though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose.
Stefano, hast thou
How many more of this?
The whole butt, man.
No.
My wine is in a rock by the seaside where my cellar is hid. Oh, how now, mooncalf? How does thine ague?
Hadst thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon, I do assure thee. I was the man in the moon when time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Come, swear to that. Kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new contents. Swear.
By this light, this is a most perfidious monster, a shallow monster. I have feared of him. Oh, the man in the moon. Ha! Oh, a most abominable monster. Monster! Monster! Well drawn and good sooth.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island. I will kiss thy foot. I prithee, be my God.
By this light, a most credulous monster. When God's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy true subject.
Well, come on then, down and swear.
I shall laugh myself to death. At this puffy-headed monster. I could find it in my heart to kiss thee. But the poor monster's in drink.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough. A plague upon that tyrant that I stirred. I'll bring him no more sticks, but follow thee, the wondrous man.
Oh, a ridiculous monster to make wonder of a poor drunkard.
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I, with my long nails, will dig thee pig nuts, show thee a jay's nest, and teach thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll take thee to the clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll get thee young seagulls from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
Monster, lead the way, without any more talking. Trinculo! The king and our company else being drowned, we will inherit here. Here, bear my bottle, fellow Trinculo. We'll fill him by and by again.
Farewell, master! Farewell! Farewell!
A howling monster. A drunken monster.
No more dance songs, a fish, no fish, firing, requiring coarse treasure, no